Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. I have another Marine ECM, another Volvo Penta. This time it's a 5.0 GXi-G coming from Canada. They have done a lot of tests, and I am actually impressed to deal with a knowledgeable and good technician. So kudos to Marks Marine in Canada. I mean, perfectly on the spot with the diagnostics and everything. So let me just go on to it. As you see, I got everything connected. We can see firewall reference. Oh, sorry, firewall reference in there, and I am connected to the computer. So the computer has 717 hours. So yeah, I'm going to read what it says. Good day, my fine and close of Volvo Penta EGC 5.0. I'm going to disregard the rest because they're trying to swap to a 5.7, but they see that he's going to deal with that because I cannot do that here. I found the ECU will communicate with Dynacom. However, it will not cycle the ignition fuel injector relay and no ignition output signal to the ignition module. I have confirmed a good CKP, initially no CKP signal, but after I pulled the sensor out on the front cover and to confirm the 4X reluctor was installed, it began producing a signal. In the CMP signal, initially no signal, found one pin bent over in, in the distributor. Repair, measure the right of the ECU, waveform, a snapshot available if needed, which I like to hear that from a technician. And the diagram is showing RPM while cranking and is going into cranking mode. I have confirmed good grounds and power, so the pins I confirmed they're right. I have further confirmed pin 71 ignition relay driver and 80-volt view pump relay driver are not being pulled load at key on or cranking. However, if I cycle them with diacom testing, they will pull low, activating the relays further. If I jump the relay circuits to ground bypass the ECU, the relays do activate, still no start, due to no signal to ignition module or fuel injection. The ECU will log a code for the control circuit being shorted to ground cause still the log ECU didn't clear them. Okay, so I do have all those full codes in here. So we can see a lot of those full codes. And yes, I can definitely reproduce his concerns. So let me go back to the ECM data. So I'm going to put RPMs as he's, shown in there, and we can read RPMs. So the computer is reading the RPM, but nothing is running. Nothing. The computer is running. I'm going to power off the computer. We're going to lose the communication, and then as soon as I establish ignition on, no fuel pump, no main power relay. So this is exactly his concern. So yeah, Marks Marine in Canada, your diagnostics is 100% correct. I do have all parts in stock to repair this module, and I'm very confident that I can repair 100%. It's a very intricate repair. These modules, let me show you one. So again, this is just for showing, how they look inside. So again, this is pretty much the same module that we see here, right? That same connector. Um, Most of the main components are outside or not under this 90 pin connector, but some are. The one in charge of those signals, the analog to digital converter, is under here. I do repair them. It's a very time consuming repair and it's doable. So I'm going to let Mark know how much is the repair for this and then see if he approves the repair, which I think it will because it's a good computer. I don't suspect to have any other problems. I have 100% success repair rate on this exactly same concern. And I am very careful with that, but yeah, it is time consuming. It's a delicate repair, and I just wanted to show that because yeah, these computers are inside a gel here, kind of like the MEFI ones to 4, the same crystal or clear gel re-enterable. I removed that in here for testing. This computer was not repairable, and that's why it's here. It was left abandoned. But yep, so I like to show what is necessary to be done. But yeah, not a problem. I can definitely repair this computer. So I'm going to contact Marks Marine, get their approval, and then proceed. All right, guys, so let me stop the video. I will stop the video here, probably add the same video at the same time and with his approval, and then proceed with the test Obviously, for the same reason of time consuming and everything, I will not show how to desolder, a connector, which I also have those connectors in stock in case I ever need to replace them. And like I said, this is not I'm guessing I have all parts in stock for these modules 100%. So this is exactly how this looks in here. All right, so we have this 90 pin connector. This is a brand new connector, the male side that goes in the computer, and I have a brand new connector for the computer with no terminals. This is again in case I need to repair, which sometimes when you remove uh, the connector gets damaged. If it does the case, it's extra charge. Obviously, that is not included on the first estimate because I'm not suspecting to damage anything like that. But if I remove a pin or the connector and then a whole lot of these pins are corroded for any reason, then I will replace the connector and the computer will go back to a full functional and repair computer. Not the case on his computer. It's not a corroded case. The pins are pristine, so I'm not suspecting that, and I don't think that I will incur in any extra charges. But yep, all right, guys. So let me stop the video, and I'll be right back. All right, guys. I spoke to Josh and Mark's Marine, and they approved the repairs. I knew that. I mean, this is a good computer. I tell them, don't worry about it. This is definitely 100% repairable. Right, so I already run the computer a little bit and I know it's working 100%, but I want to record a video for him and for my records as well and show you all that everything is now working good. All right, so the first thing that we didn't see in the beginning, remember the main power relay and the fuel pump relay. So let me power this up. Main power relay or ignition relay and fuel pump, and they do the prime. So that is exactly what we are expecting to see. The fiber reference perfectly. All right, so let's connect to the computer. I just want to show that this is still his connected because they make this mark. I just added this because I have a few of these computers in here and I don't want to, not see which one is which. All right, so for this one, you will select Volvo Penta EGC. This is an EGC module, and you can see on here how Diacom give you a picture of what computer and what connector use if you are in your boat. For me, I just have my own same connector. I know which pins to use, and I have this harness created for the CAN communication and for the serial communication, so I don't need to remove anything unless it's the canvas. Okay, so let's connect first. When you open this software, it gives you 5 options. I always select engine data unless I'm looking for a specific. I do the other ones. So this one, because they give you a lot more data bits, which is exactly what we're looking for. It retrieves the full code, which I have not erased. System information will give you your serial number, the year, manufacture of this computer, and all the emissions and fire and order and everything. So again, I'm trying to show this so they see that this is indeed their computer because this is very specific for computers. The serial number and emissions calibrations, this is specifically for this computer. All right, so we are connected. Let's run this. I got already the oscilloscope. For that, I'm using blue channel for injector. I'm using injector 2 and the red channel on injector 6 and the green channel on the ESC signal. This is a 5.0, so this will have only one ignition signal for the ignition module and then 8 injectors. All right, so let's run this in idle. Voila, everything is working 100%. Now we see with the engine running, main power relay, fuel pump relay, and all the injectors milliseconds very nice and pristine. When I see the signals nice and steady, I know the injectors are pulling pretty much to ground, not an issue, but still that's why I have my oscilloscope, right? I don't want to take guess. I don't do guess. I I am a data analytic person. I like to see numbers. So I'm going to put the cursors on the blue channel first. On the high, we want to see the amplitude of this signal. Make sure it's being pulled to ground from battery voltage, and it's pretty much 12.26 to 50 millivolts. That is a perfect signal. All right, so let's do the red channel. We will have the same battery voltage. I will suspect to have around the same value. Remember, this is by hand, so if I'm a little off compared to the other one, it's just it's not perfectly there, but we can see that one is in 151 millivolts, so that is a ground for sure. And we're looking for a 0 to 4 volts on the ESC signal. So that is definitely happening, and we have it in there. So everything is nice and good in here. As I always do, let's select the zoom glass in here on Diacom, and we're going to select the engine speed. We're going to move it down, and we're going to go up to 4,000 RPMs. We will see more of those injector signals happening in the same screen. Obviously, I'm doing 5 milliseconds per division, so I got around 50 milliseconds per on the screen, right? So we are in 4,000 RPMs. I'm going to increase the map reading. That will increase injector millisecond. And remember, we only having 2 injectors connected, so that's why we cannot see more, because this is a specifically injectors. This is not like a batch of injector. No, this is each driver. But those 2 injectors are happening now twice on the screen, and now wider. Why? Because I increased the map, the manifold air pressure. So that will make, instead of 4, it's going into 7.2. All right, so let's go back to idle again. 600, around 600 RPMs. That's what I usually, well, this is actually what the computer is looking for to see when it's running in here. So I'm going to go around there, and then let's bring the map to 12.6, which is what I use here for my test at idle. And now we only see one injector activation. Thing that I always like to see is these leftover oscillations. That's a good driver. That's telling me the driver is good. All right, guys, so Josh and Mark's Marine, this computer is 100% repair. As you see, it's running, and it's running perfectly. I'm going to turn them off again. We're going to lose the communication. We will see that in there, and we just lost the sync. We're going to power on again. We got the 2 relays coming on and coming off, and let's run it. Instantly running, not even a second to run. So this is running perfectly. The computer is fully repaired. All right, guys, thank you so much for visiting the channel. I hope that you like the content. I didn't show the whole replacement of the part and everything because it is just replacing a component, and I honestly will not recommend anyone that is not a skill, and I'm not talking about you have done some electric repair. No, you have to be like with years of experience to remove that connector and remove this component, because otherwise you will damage this computer with no repair forever. It will be a garbage. And that's why I don't show these repairs, because those are for high level skills to do. All right. Thank you so much for visiting the channel. Don't forget to subscribe. See you next time. Bye bye.